Are you preparing for the GRE and wondering what constitutes a good GRE score? Well, look no further because in this video, I will provide you with a comprehensive understanding of average GRE scores and give you helpful tips on setting and achieving your target GRE score. Now, while the graduate admissions process may have changed in recent years, one thing still remains the same, and that is the GRE is still an essential part of the equation. Despite some universities claiming to be test optional, many still rely on the GRE as a key indicator of a prospective student's readiness for graduate school. Not to mention that a high GRE score can open a world of opportunities such as qualifying for highly sought after fellowships, assistantships, and scholarships. Hey, if you're ready to embark on the exciting journey of graduate admissions in the United States, make sure you are fully prepared by downloading our free ebook, The International Student's Guide to Studying in the United States. Inside, you will find a comprehensive roadmap detailing everything you need to know to succeed, so don't miss out on this valuable resource. Click the link in the description section below to download your free copy today. Now, before we get into GRE average scores, let's discuss how the GRE general test is scored. The modified version of the GRE that kicked off in 2023 still consists of 3 skill areas or measures, which are the verbal reasoning, the quantitative reasoning, and the analytical writing sections. The verbal reasoning and quantitative measures are each graded on a scale of 130 to 170 in 1-point increments, and these are the most referenced GRE section scores, while the analytical writing measure is graded on a scale of 0 to 6 in half-point increment. Now, the scores on all 3 measures of the GRE are reported independently, unlike other standardized tests like the ACT or the SAT that are typically reported with an overall composite score. Here are some intriguing statistics about the GRE in recent years. In the 3-year period between 2019 to 2022, over 1.1 million students took the GRE. The average verbal reasoning score for all test takers who sat for the GRE general test in this 3-year period was 150.9, while that of the quantitative reasoning was almost 5 points higher at 154.4. And in the same time frame, the average score on the analytical writing was 3.56. The knowledge of average GRE scores from all test takers does not add much value. What is more important is to consider GRE score distributions, also known as percentile scores, to get an accurate picture of where a GRE score falls relative to your competition. This could be among the pool of test takers who are targeting similar fields of graduate study or applicants to a particular graduate school or graduate program. For example, in the 3-year period between 2019 to 2022, a GRE verbal reasoning score of 168 fell in the 98th percentile, while the same score on the quantitative reasoning measure of 168 fell into the 87th percentile. Put another way, if you wanted to achieve a verbal reasoning score that falls in the 90th percentile in this same period, you would need a verbal reasoning score of at least 163. That same score of 163 on the quantitative reasoning section will place you at the 70th percentile, which goes to show you how difficult it is to achieve a high verbal reasoning section score relative to a high quantitative reasoning section score. Analyzing the differences in GRE scores across different fields of study, we see that the graduate school prospects in the physical sciences and engineering usually pull the highest quantitative reasoning average scores at 161 and 160 respectively, while law school prospects and grad school prospects in the humanities and arts usually pull the highest verbal reasoning average scores at 155 and 157 respectively. So, as you can see, your target GRE score would ultimately depend on how competitive the pool of applicants within your grad school field of study are, which, by the way, always varies from one university to another. One of the best ways to find how competitive your applicants pool will be is to look at the student profile of the last year's admitted class in each of the grad school programs you're going to be applying to. So, for example, if I was applying to the University of Michigan's Business School, I would find that the average score of the 2025 admitted class was 160 on the verbal reasoning section and 162 on the quantitative reasoning section. So now you know how to set a target GRE score. Let's talk about how you can raise your GRE score. Your first course of action will be to take an official GRE practice test to know exactly where you fall. And it's best to take this GRE practice test under realistic test taking conditions. A really good resource to find GRE practice tests is from the ETS website site, who are the makers of the GRE exam. There you can find 2 free full-length official GRE practice tests for the modified version of the GRE that kicked off in 2023. How far off you are from your target GRE score will determine how rigorous your GRE prep will need to be. Your next course of action is to identify the areas of the GRE where you're strong and areas where you are weak. For most applicants, the measures of the GRE that carry the most weight will either be the quantitative or the verbal section, or a combination of both. This is where working with the right GRE prep resources becomes very important, which could be GRE books such as this, the official guide from the makers of the GRE, self-paced courses for those who need minimal support, or small group GRE live classes, or private GRE tutoring for those who need more support. And to help you find the best GRE prep resources, you can watch our reviews on the best GRE courses and private online tutoring companies on the market, which I'm going to be linking in the description section of this video down below. Just as important is making and sticking to a study schedule. And for most preppers, a 3 to 5 month period of continuous GRE prep should be sufficient to see significant improvement in your GRE score. Now, it is important to remember that while a high GRE score can help set you apart from your competition, it should never be seen as the sole determinant of your success in the grad school or professional school admissions process. Other information such as your undergrad GPA, your CV, your letters of recommendations, and your statement of purpose play a crucial role as well. Hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to grab your free guide in the description section of this video below. Thanks for watching, and best of luck on your GRE prep.